Okay, you guys, I apologize about the royal mess here. And I just wanted to make a little YouTube video for you guys. This is about continuity. There's different ways to use this. There's different ways to test continuity. People say we just have to put in the continuity setting. You can actually use ohms also. Okay? I'll give you an illustration on that. Mine has an audible beep. A lot of them do. So that's nice. That helps out tremendously. We got a light bulb here. We're gonna put on a light bulb, and that tells me that this filament in here is good. That the bulb still works. I've gotten positive readings, and the filament was so weak it didn't work. So something to note. Just because you get a positive reading doesn't always mean the light bulb's gonna work. This is an old school incandescent. They have these new bulbs that they sell now. They call them halogen. They have a filament inside. New technical name. You can test wiring a lot, different ways. You can test windings on a motor, possibly a capacitor. Make sure there's no broken connections, why that motor doesn't work. You're testing wiring on a thermostat, where it might run from a thermostat to an exterior window unit or an exterior condenser coil outside or compressor outside. Make sure it pushes in the relay. You're getting a 24 volts for the solenoid for the relay to push it in, so the compressor goes outside when the thermostat calls for AC. So there's different ways to do this. This is just a simple wire setup here. Just one of you guys. Okay, that's telling me that that wire is working properly. Okay. If you put it on ohms, you should see a very low resistance reading. Okay, I'm kind of zeroed out there, so I'm good. Okay, let's do it with the wire and see what we get with the wire. We're zeroing out again also, so that's very good. Okay, that's telling me I got two solid connections there. With the bulb, it should be different. I should probably get some form of resistance here with the bulb. No, she's zeroed out. She's pretty good. Alright, that's telling me we're doing pretty good. 3 for 1. So you can use ohms. You don't have to use or resistance. You don't have to use continuity tester. If you don't have continuity, use ohms. Okay, that can help you out. But since that's a great audible beep, we like that. Today we had a problem with the refrigerator, and I never did this before. I just figured out today, hence the video. I wanted to put it up. This is titanium. I wonder if I get a reading on here. Ha! I got a very low 001 resistance reading, but it worked. This is S35VN. Yeah, that works. G10, of course it ain't gonna work. Okay, we figured we try. Okay, I should be able to go for screw. Yeah, that worked pretty good. But it did work on titanium. I'm surprised. I didn't know titanium conducts electricity. I thought it was a very serious alloy, and it would not conduct electricity, but I guess I'm wrong. Here's another piece of metal here. Yeah, there's a low resistance there, similar to titanium. I'm surprised. I would have thought it would have been more. Anyway, the thing that happened with the refrigerator was basically, that the refrigerator kept tripping the breaker. And he tried plugging in other outlets and it kept tripping the breaker. So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm thinking the ground and the neutral is shorted out somewhere in the refrigerator. And I might have to cut the ground plug or use an adapter. Goes from 3-prong to 2-prong. Just to get the person by for the weekend till we change the refrigerator. Either way, we get over there, I start testing. I don't get nothing on the neutral to the ground, but then I touch the hot by mistake, and it winds up the hot, and the neutral was shorted out somewhere inside the refrigerator. That surprised me. I realized right away there was nothing I could do for the refrigerator. It's junk. I had to dispose of it and put a new refrigerator in today. I wasn't on call, so I helped the guy who was on call today. Other things you could use this for. Again, testing and see if something is actually conducts electricity or not, because you might think it does and it might not. And definitely the wiring, they have alligator clips that might fit on here. You might have to use a long wire. I used to have to do that in a location I used to work was a high rise, and they had the thermostat on the wall when you came in, and the unit was a window unit 15 more feet away, and the wire ran through the walls over there, and sometimes I would find a broken wire, and they would actually have an extra wire there, which helped me disconnect the broken wire and use that extra wire that was there for the unit and on the thermostat. I would probably put a piece of tape on there and let people know what I did, so if someone went there behind me, they could figure out what's going on. Why is one wire colored differently? Okay, just an idea. But this is a very old school test people don't use anymore. They forget about it, and I want people to remember. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate you, and be safe with the coronavirus, and I will see you guys in the next one.